Hello beauties, hello family. I have a great transmission for you today. Today is Tuesday transmissions, and I always come on here to tell some stories about supernatural or extraordinary experiences. And this video today is about my introduction to light language and how that came about. And as with each of these videos that I've been doing lately, before I come on, I do a little meditation to access what it is that I want to share. And this one is particularly around the voice and coming into your voice and coming into your sovereign power in the voice being an alchemical opportunity, a technology of sound and vibration to manifest and create your reality. Who is that? Thank you. I can't see everybody on here. But this vibration that we are given is so powerful. Hi, Mary. How are you, love? So that is what this will be about. It'll be about my story of integrating the process of activating that sound current as a channel from the ascended masters that I work with and from the earth, from our Mother Earth, our cosmic mother. So it's really exciting. And then at the end, what I always do with these transmissions is I offer the light language songs that come through, whether it be with my drum or my rattle. So I tell these stories because they're vulnerable for me, and I really am challenging myself to go into vulnerable places online to share stories like this because I want to normalize the extraordinary. There are many spiritual beings out there living and inhabiting this human experience who want guidance with that process of awakening to their channel. And this is such a good time in this ascension process of inhabiting that power and being okay with telling these stories, to normalize these stories, and to integrate our spiritual realities with our normal earthly realities. They're both normal. And to have them become integrated is how we will be whole, embodied, powerful beings. And that is exactly what we need as leaders of light and love and truth in this now. So again, the alchemical technology of your sound current to manifest your reality. Now, I've been reading, and some of you know I've been reading the Sophia Code. And this is a very powerful, powerful transmission. And I'm only at the beginning of this book, but it is like activating so many parts of myself, and it's like the puzzle pieces are all coming together. And I want to share some of this with you today because it's so much about opening the voice. So the lineage of Hathor, the star nation of Hathor, is very much about the voice being the omniscient creator, the Sophia Christ consciousness within you that is creating your quantum reality. So the voice, I'm going to say that again, is the omniscient creator of your quantum reality. The Hathor, or Hathor as the goddess, her lineage is all about opening the voice and the power of being very intentional with your sound current. As a yoga teacher, as a healer, as a shamanic practitioner, I've been working with energy systems for a long time and subtle energy for a long time. And when I came across the law of attraction and the power of manifestation, I was remembering this information, right? This is about being really pure in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions, because everything holds that vibration. And that vibration, that sound current, is the wave that's going out, that is manifesting reality, our desires, right? So I became very aware of the way that I spoke, which is one of the reasons why I also became a coach, was to really hear and to listen to the power of the voice, the way that we're neurally operating and programming and have been programmed, right? And at this time in our lives, we're really noticing how we've been programmed. There's a lot of talk about subconscious programming because it's very powerful. And we are being programmed at every level of our being from the minute we're born, right? And in this paradigm right now, it's been very patriarchal, hierarchical. It's been very, let's say, negative and suppression, oppression, right? Division, competition. What we want to start doing with the power of our voice is communicating with wholeness, integration, unity, collaboration, all of these very powerful communions, right, of energy. And we want to be in alignment with all of our energy systems in a very pure and deliberate way. And the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, is named Vishuddha for a reason. Vishuddha means to purify. So if we purify this area, then we speak with kindness, with authenticity, with our voice of honesty and connection, right? And power and grace and hopefully ease. But this will help us to embody, it is a spiritual chakra, to embody our spirituality and to have that be the access point, the portal, the gateway to living in more alignment with truth, honesty, our hearts, and with community, unity, right? So what I want to say about the voice, let me just tune in here because I have a lot to say, is to always try to connect with your heart before you speak. And this is a lesson for me that I have been learning through parenting, which is to not be as reactive when I speak and unconscious when I speak, but to really truly take a breath, drop in, and speak from a place of heart. The heart is below the throat for a reason, right? So speaking from your heart. So light language, to get back to light language. I wanted to tell you my story of how it began because I find it to be pretty interesting as relates to the Sophia Code and to Hathor. So Hathor being the group of beings, let's say the star nations, that used to speak star languages. They used to speak because they could travel interdimensionally, and they were speaking with other star systems. So they had languages that were more universally spoken through vibration, that were connected to heart, the feeling of heart. So light language bypasses the mental English language for a reason, because we have a lot of programming within that language that may not be of the highest vibration. And so these light languages that are now coming through, you hear this a lot, people are starting to speak these languages, are heart-based. They activate your own DNA, the cellular resonance of remembrance of this Sophia Christ consciousness, or the Christ consciousness, the feminine Christ or the masculine Christ. But that idea of unity, wholeness, love, compassion. These light languages bypass some of this mental intelligence. We are very intelligent mentally, but brings it down into the body and into the heart. And it activates this light, this cellular remembrance of love. Now, my relationship to light language started in 2012. So in 2012, I was in South America, in Belize, doing ceremonial work. And in that ceremonial work, on 12/21/12, so that was a portal that many of us knew about, right? In the Mayan calendar, which is why I was down in Belize, that was a shift in our consciousness. And it was a very powerful, powerful portal. And in that ceremonial experience, as I was doing healing work with somebody, I tapped into some gateway. I tapped into something. And all of a sudden I saw a being in front of me that had very long, dark hair. And I can still see her eyes. They were very cat-like. And it was this stunning goddess. And until recently, I had no idea who she was. I had not learned who she was. When I started reading the Sophia Code, all the hairs on my body lit up, and I recognized that this being was Hathor. In the ancient Egyptian lineage, and beyond that, right? Isis is a priestess, an oracular priestess of Hathor. My other guide, Mother Mary, was the high oracular priestess of Hathor lineage as well. They spoke about the power of the word. And what I understand of Mother Mary, she was a profound priestess of the pure word. She had really mastered in the mystery school teachings the glyphs, the roots of words, right? And then there was the seed syllables of words. The mystery teachings or the indigenous teachings of the original languages, such as Sanskrit, have bijan mantras, right? They have seed syllables, the seeds of the words that activate the mouth in the way that you speak them to heighten and activate certain aspects of the chakra system, the energy system, and helps to heal your body and align your body to open the channel and the vibration within you so that you can receive the messages, right, of the ascended ones. And it connects that spirituality and that human body. The embodiment happens through the language, through the power of the vibration of the word. So Mother Mary was a high priestess of the word, pure and Vishuddha. Now, I saw her, I saw Hathor. And what I saw in that experience, in that ceremonial experience, was her going like this. She just opened her palm, and when I opened my mouth, the light language started to come through. And I had never spoken it before. I didn't know what it was. It sounded bizarre at first and disorienting, but as I spoke it, it was like unraveling ancient time and wisdom. And I saw the person who I was with, who was laying down on the healing mat with me, I saw his entire lineage unfold on both ends, feminine and masculine, and I saw the patterns of energy that needed healing. And I was able to move and traverse and travel into them through the sound current, through the sound vibration, and start healing. And all I knew was that I was connected to something very powerful, that I was connected to a channel, that I was connected to ascended beings, and that I was creating currents of energy that were actually dismantling old patterns of the subconscious that needed healing. And it was wild. I mean, I can still see it in my body. It's very hard to describe. Yet that language stuck with me. And I began to use that in all the healings that I was doing through the ceremonial practices for the next decade. Now, what also was happening, hi Melanie, how are you, sweetheart, was internally, in these ceremonial experiences, I was fine using that. But those people, that community, that tribe, are very well versed at paranormal experiences. I didn't know how to integrate that into my regular life, into my earthly life, in a way that felt safe. I was having trouble bringing that into my work because I thought I'd be judged. Hi, beautiful. Thanks for showing up with your message. Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, these stories are awesome. They're wild. And I want to, like I was saying, normalize these because some other people may be having these experiences and want to deepen their journey with this information. So I found a teacher. Her name is Valerie Elster. And through speaking with other people about light language, and she was able to listen to the language and hear it and say that this was the language of the Blu-ray sisters. Now, since then, which was several years ago, I have connected much more deeply with the light language. I had an experience at the Oregon Eclipse Festival in however many years ago that was, 3 years ago or something. Maybe it was longer than that, 3 years ago. Where at the Oregon Eclipse Festival, I was teaching something called the Reiki Crystal Grid Activation Ceremony. And I very much intended to have a meditation and an activation, a healing activation right before the eclipse. So I held this workshop, and there were a lot of people there. I mean, the tents there were humongous, so it was great. So a lot of people could come. And I got in front of the group, and I just knew that I was going to open myself up to channeling. But that was my intention. Open myself up to channeling, and whatever I was meant to transmit, I would. And I knew I was supposed to be at that festival and to receive information because I was in another ceremonial experience where when I went outside, the Pleiadian star system blinked at me. And at that moment, I was told, go to the Oregon Eclipse Festival because technologies of telepathy were coming through light codes, and the people who would be in that receiving area would be receiving a lot of openings in their third eye and in their intuitive healing capacities. So I knew I was supposed to be there. And I got stuck there, and that's a whole nother story. It could take me an hour to tell you about that story, but I basically got stuck there, and I was receiving downloads and transmissions the entire time. And I opened my mouth within this workshop, and I just began to channel, and I went into a trance state that I don't remember. But what I do remember is that when I opened my mouth, things were coming out, and when I ended the ceremonial experience, people were crying, and there was a lot of things happened. And at the end, people were giving me gifts and handing me all sorts of things. And I seriously, till this day, don't remember. But what happened was, for my own experience, I tapped into something very deep, and it continued. The light language got stronger. And now when I go into any healing experience, the light language will continue to come out as the only alternative, the only music. It's almost like I've forgotten all lyrics, and this is the only thing that is coming through. Melanie says, when will you write your book about channeling? I know, right? I've been wanting to write a book for literally probably 10 years. I don't. This is kind of like a way for me to write my book, I think, is through these videos. So that started happening, and now I continue to transmit the light language as it's received. The reason I'm telling this story again is because the power of the word is so important. And if I were to continue to judge myself out of fear of rejection, or if I were to suppress my voice out of fear of sounding too woo-woo, or if I were to shut down my voice and not share because of fear of being, you know, in the past lifetime stoned, etc., poisoned, killed, then none of this information would help in the transformation and the ascension process. And now we're in that process at this right time, the Aquarian age. Melanie says, do it now. Now is the time. Yes, you are so right. You are so right. I need someone to finance that for me. So I'll just keep putting that out there. If someone wants me to write that book, I need the financing in order to sit down and write it. The power of the word, right? Manifest it. So when I began to read the Sophia Code and about Hathor, I recognized that all of my lineage ancestors, let's say, or ascended ones, ascended masters, all my guides are all in the Hathor Priestess Lineage. Isis is of the Hathor Priestess Lineage. Mother Mary is of the Hathor Priestess Lineage. And so is Mary Magdalene. And I've seen this, and these are other videos, but that I will tell you, I will be doing a video about Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and I'll be doing a video about my own son's birth. My son's name is Yeshua, and about what I've seen in my quantum healings about the story of Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, and the story of Isis, and the story of Mother Mary. These have all been coming through quantum hypnosis. Oh, Melanie says, writing a book costs nothing, write it. Okay, it's the time that I'm equating with money, I guess. And you're right, like, there's no reason why I can't write it. So thank you for pushing me in that direction. You are so smart. Thank you. So I'll be doing a lot of other videos. So in this one today, it's about the power of the voice and not suppressing your voice. Now I'm going to read something about this because I think this is really important. So Hathor's mystery schools were instrumental in translating and recording light languages that became foundational for written communication between dimensional realities and for speaking with those from other star systems. So she said you can write your book in 3 days. That's awesome. Will you tell me how to do that in a separate email? And I will totally do it with you. That'd be awesome. So to light language, so the originating story of light language, this video, right, it's saying Hathor mystery schools were instrumental in translating and recording light languages that were foundational for written communication. So light language was foundational. These were the original languages. These are heart-based languages. And they're for written communication between dimensional realities, interdimensional realities. They were speaking with other star systems. And I've seen this with Sirius, right? So that's what I've seen. And an interstellar spiritual movement swept through Hathor's world for a time. Large populations of humanity were speaking in conscious diplomatic dialogues with other star nations. Woohoo! So when I read that, all the hairs on my body lit up. And it confirmed what I've seen in my quantum hypnosis healings. Hathor could choose to exhibit also the atomic arrangement of her other attributes in other locations. So in her Syrian attributes or her human attributes. So she was able to shapeshift and change her quantum reality. And that's what Isis did too. Isis is said to have grown literal physical wings as a result of understanding how to shapeshift into our quantum reality. And she gave rise to Hathor's image being immortalized in ancient Egypt with the features of, it says, the sky cow, and Isis in her winged embodiment. What it also says here is that the high arts of manifestation in Egypt, Kabbalah, right? Kabbalism, if I'm saying that right, and the yogic mystery teachings, lineages, communication was a paramount skill in the art of manifestation, and the physical expression of communication was experienced through the interface of language. So we want to activate that throat chakra. So important at this time. Now, the throat chakra is blue. And so when I was told I was of the blue ray sisters, I thought, okay, yes, I'm activating. This is my work, is to activate this throat chakra, this blue ray of creativity, this blue ray of communication, this blue ray of the feminine Christ-seated consciousness at this time, at this now. Through voice, through song. They were singers, right? Isis would put her ear to the ground and listen to the earth and listen to her songs and sing her songs, the songs and vibration of the cosmic mother. And that was passed down through oral tradition until it disappeared, until people wanted to take that information and hide it because it was powerful, and create separation and only make it available to a few. This is available to everybody to tap into this form of communication and song. This is to activate your divine genome of Christ sovereignty, your power. I'm sorry, I'm really cold right now. Every time I'm talking about these types of things, I start to get like activated and my body starts to like, woo, create, there's a lot of energy that comes through my body. Yay. So if you have any questions about this stuff, you can always write it down below, and you can always ask me questions, and you can always contact me, and let's talk about light language. Let's talk about how it started. For me, it was activated, like I said, through ceremonial plant medicines and an experience literally on 12/21/12. 12/21/12. The Mayan shifting of consciousness within that calendar, and it was activated at the eclipse. So it's been activated through earth shifting, right? Like portals and gateways, and continues to be activated. So I today have spoken enough. I will tell more stories, and I will be using also the Sophia codes to tell the story, because a lot of the power of this book is the mystery school teachings that I believe I'm being taught through the ascended masters that are my ascended masters. And I'm just reading over here, the royal blue ray, right? This is the royal blue ray, represents the divine will for creative expression. I am of the blue ray lineage, as I've been taught. So today I will share some light language from the blue ray sisters, from the blue ray, from the high priestess of Hathor lineage, from Mother Mary Isis Hathor, Mary Magdalene. And this is very vulnerable. I'm actually going to speak it. I usually sing it, but today I feel called to speak it. And again, I'm overcoming my own lifetimes of suppressing this information, this voice, which feels really vulnerable, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's important. And what I say is felt very deeply, and I want to honor that. I want to honor that, and I don't want to be scared of it because I know it's powerful. So I'm just going to light a little bit of sage, and then I'll speak it, and I'll probably also sing the drums. So this is the transmission and the activation for the healing of your throat chakra, for your voice, for your creative expression, for your clear communication, for your creativity, activating that aspect of your truth, your authentic truth, opening your powerful voice at this time for the new earth, to come into alignment with your spiritual nature. Okay. So let's hear what comes through. Justa nurkinta, di postere kanai stunea. Yaku stama nitirai dunte gaia shunerea. Ikano tipa, yashon hathor kina pashnenita yokona shubon. Yelasturi rama de compostete, yestonia nutea, gemoniterayo sti tarkunesta. Ushtamanea tita kayo totena. Lesta kiramande to aisto nerenaikai. Yeputeria tira mestinaya. O stemaya kuteaya. Betu ya watu stane ya pukine. Aterion contayonte. Pulana konea ti ya pakane. Unte ya stemanea. Te ya kuste mayu. Yure ka ne okara. Ta noste a aisi satan que shmene erokere. Shamonea Mother Mary ta kayo shinere. Battery ashane tuko pia hutte ya ne ya. Kuste ma ne ya. Ole la kone. Ole ya kone shano ya corazon ya shopetenaya. Yestene kaya ti. Yestene kaya ti a hoye na. Taking a deep breath into your throat chakra, Vishuddha. Holding that breath. Releasing that light. And just deepening your awareness of your body and filling your whole body up with the light codes of Sophia. Thanking the Cosmic Mother for the grounding of these codes into your body. Feeling a softening and a tenderness and a felt sense, nourishment, grounding, anchoring. Just feeling safe in your body, safe in your voice, safe in your truth, safe in your power, in your own divinity. Feeling that ineffable mystery of the Divine Goddess, Mother, Creator, Creatrix within your body, activating your voice, the word, the power of your own word to manifest your desires. Why are you here? What is it you're creating? Feeling that sound current, that vibration, that alchemical process of knowing that is activated through your own voice. What are you here to tell us? What story are you here to tell so that you can inspire, transform, and really aid others in this human ascension experience? In this now. So thanking that transmission, thank you our guides, thank you to our angels, thank you to the support of that Hathor lineage, thank you for the codes of light, thank you for the embodiment of that energy. Thank you, Anna, for watching. I just saw that you're in here. Thank you so much. May you be blessed. May you feel peace today. May you feel activated. May you feel that vibration, that sound current, that channeling, that activity. And may you know that that is who you are. That is who you are. That is the gift that you've been given. And the more that we awaken and acknowledge and accept these extraordinary, paranormal, experiences, the more that we can help each other and heal each other and magnify and amplify what we're here to do, our divine purpose here, activating our mission. I'm just lighting Palo Santo. Thank you so much for sharing this activating and empowering. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. Thank you, sister, for coming and for saying that. I really appreciate that. It's really an honor to do, and I would hope that anyone who receives this, just, if you have stories to share, get in touch with me, because I'd love to hold space for other women to share their power. I have a group called the Priestess, I was just going to call it the Priestess Power Sisterhood. It's called the Priestess Within Sisterhood, the Priestess Within Sisterhood on Facebook. It's a community. It's a women's resource for tools and activation and community building and supporting one another in our healing processes. There's all sorts of women in there that are healers and transformational coaches and just powerful beings in their sovereign divinity. I'd love for you to join that, the Priestess Within Sisterhood. Please #Unleash the Priestess and get in the conversation. Thank you for listening today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming.